Dave, what do you think of Clayton Kershaw today?
Really good. Like I said, we didn't know if we were going to get him through 4 or 5, and just with the efficiency and how he's throwing the baseball, he was efficient. He was good. It seemed like everything was working, and to get out of that outing with the win, I don't think we could have, hoped for a better outcome.
We've asked you about it throughout the year, but the fact that just from where his elbow was at the end of last season to be able to put together the season he has this year, I mean, how remarkable is that?
It's certainly a lot different outlook from last year and where he was at, and so I know coming in today he was excited, he was focused, and I think now that we got through it, feeling healthy, and he can look forward to being healthy and helping us throughout the postseason. I know he's really excited, and he's endured a lot, over the last couple of years, and certainly last year at the end of the year.
Did how he pitched today make the game 1-2 starter decision tougher?
No, I don't think so. I think that obviously we're going to be down tomorrow, but having the trainers check in on Clayton to see how he feels, and I think that we still have some opportunities. We have a couple days to before we have to make that decision, but I think more of it is kind of the recovery versus performance.
Even from when he left that start in San Francisco with the second back injury this year, for him to be back at this point and have kind of the last month he did here, how much has it surprised you, and how important has it been for him to get back to this point right now?
I guess, yeah. I mean, I think it's surprising considering the state we were in, watching him come off the mound in San Francisco. It didn't look good at all. And so to get him back was something that was only a hope at that point in time, and then to get him back and to pitch the way he has is icing on the cake. And so you can't ever kind of underestimate him, but sometimes your body just doesn't respond. But the training staff, the doctors, everyone, Clayton included, has done everything they can to get him back and consistent and pitching well. So really happy for him.
Do you get the sense that maybe he cherishes these opportunities even more than he did before, just because of where he is in his career?
I think that's fair. I think that's with anything. The more experience you get and you start seeing your mortality and know that the end is coming, you start to cherish them more, those opportunities, those moments. And like I've talked about before, Clayton's grown so much as a person, and so yeah, I think part of it is experience and also knowing that he's on the backside of things.
With Trea and Freddie both hitting the 100 RBI mark today, how important is their kind of leadership going into the postseason?
Well, these are guys that, along with some other guys that have been in the postseason, have a lot of postseason experience, and it was really good to see those guys get to the century mark this year. I think it's the first time in probably a decade that 2 Dodgers have done it, and so those guys doing the same game, I think it's certainly some solace for Freddie in the sense that didn't win the batting title but still had a tremendous season, 100 runs, I think, 100 RBIs, and Trea same or whatever, something like that. They've had tremendous years, but as far as going into the postseason, yeah, we're going to need their experience and their leadership.
After these last few days, was it kind of important to finish on a little bit of a higher note?
It was. You never like losing, and so 111 is a lot better than 110. And so for Clayton to come out, pitch well, I think we got out of this game, got Justin back in there, and getting some guys back to health and to win a ball game. I think it's better taste going into the workouts and into the postseason. Yeah.
What is the magnitude of finishing 60 games with 500?
I mean, I think the magnitude, as far as history, that's context. I mean, I think that someone's telling me that it's the most wins in history from a National League team, maybe, or something like that. And this team's an elite company for the regular season. So to go through and endure what we've done speaks a lot to a lot of people. So we appreciate it. I think that having a day off to kind of relish in the regular season, I think that's a good thing, healthy thing. But we still know that the most important part of the season is yet to come.
Was that an encouraging outing from Kimbrel?
It was. I thought he threw the baseball extremely well. Yeah, really good.
I feel like that home run swing was important for Trea, just to kind of feel that again.
I think so. It's been a while since he caught a barrel like that to the big part of the field to backspin the baseball, get into a good count, and then even that last at bat to line the ball to left field, I thought that was good. So he's working tirelessly, and I try to give him some time out, off, and give him some innings, but he's a grinder. He wanted to stick in there, and to see him get rewarded and some confidence is great.
There's been many points in the season where we've asked if Cody, this is kind of sustainable. Do you see something in the last week that makes you feel it's a little more sustainable, like that nice kind of like shortening up the swing, getting that single?
Yeah, I think so. A single, and today obviously hit a homer. I think the intent, the compete is very consistent. The swing and miss is less. So I certainly think that kind of approach, bat to ball, will play in the postseason. And like I've said, his defense hasn't wavered at all, which is a big deal.
We talked before the game about putting this season in perspective, but to go a little further, not just this season, but the last 6 seasons and what you guys have been able to accomplish. I mean, how do you put that in perspective?
That's hard. I think that you got to look at relative to the other teams in baseball, and those numbers don't lie in the sense of the consistency of what we've done and the winning, going deep in postseasons, winning in the regular season. So, yeah, I mean, we don't get too caught up in it, but I think when you do look back, I personally look at people with longevity or teams with longevity, consistency as a sign of, excellence. And, I think that we're pretty much the bar, in my opinion.
How happy and how important are you that there's no player got really injured at the last game?
Yeah, I know it wasn't a year ago today, but after game 162 last year and hearing about these X-rays from Max being a fracture and knowing we're going to lose him for the postseason or potentially, and which we did, feel a lot better. I've much better feeling in my stomach, and it's one of those things you want to bubble wrap guys, but you still got to play the baseball game, and so to get out of it healthy and winning a game and guys feeling good, very grateful.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.